All right. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? As one Crookshank here, your one and only Move Swiftly speaker, former Division One college football player, and current five-time, soon to be six-time published author, back again for another. You see it, Film Session Saturday, baby. Film Session Saturday. We're in the middle of breaking down the playoff game in which Ohio State, and I grudgingly say this, by the way, because I am a psychotic, die-hard Michigan Wolverines fan, but I have to, hey, this is number 3. I got to give credit where credit is due. This is the third game I'm breaking down with Ohio State. We started with the loss that they had earlier in the season with Oregon. Then we watched the Penn State one, and now I'm watching when they just got all up in some Tennessee Volunteer ass a week after the Michigan Wolverines tapped their ass. So it's pretty cool. And just you better believe, yes, I will be breaking that game down, and I will be enjoying it very, very much. So we got a few, actually, before we get started, let me just make sure I put it out there. If anybody, any business owners that are tuning into me right now, if you're interested in having a staff or building out a system in which you have a group of employees in which your staff and your employees have that same vigor, that same passion, that same eagerness to get better that a championship level high school, championship youth or high school level football team has. If you're interested in building out that culture in your staff, having a system that makes it like that, go to makingmove.com. That is your one-stop shop for all your teamwork and your self-development needs. As you can see on the screen, you can shop, you can book me to speak, and you can, most importantly, ask about the employee development workshops that I offer to every business owner. And also, the reason I do these is because the goal is for me to actually be a play-by-play announcer at some level, preferably the collegiate level, but I understand I'm still kind of new to the game and all that. So the goal is for me to be doing some broadcasting somewhere this fall for some football game, doing what I got to do. So as I was advised to do, actually, when I went to the spring game this past about 2 weeks ago at FAU, they had their Friday night spring game, and I was chatting with some of the play-by-play announcers. Hey, put the stuff on YouTube, break down the games on your own, and see what happens. So this is what we're doing. We're in the middle now of like I said, the Tennessee versus Ohio State game. And what made me want to break this game down was the fact that Nico Imaleva, I'm really, really sorry if I'm mispronouncing that, because I myself have a name that's difficult to pronounce, so I'm very, very sensitive about people mispronouncing names. So for the sake of this, we'll just call him Nico. But he made the news, and now he's at UCLA. And I came out and said, look, the guy isn't as good as advertised or whatever number he wanted. He just didn't perform to the ability that I think that a person needed to perform if they were going to be asking for the kind of numbers that his team accordingly or reportedly was asking for. So we're breaking it down on film. We saw last week again, there were some plays that he just flat out missed. There was opportunities in which he could step up in the pocket and did some decent things, and he made some plays that he just simply didn't take advantage of. So let's get to this. I hate saying this. I hate saying this as a Michigan fan. Let's get to this Ohio State beatdown. Let's get to this Ohio State beatdown that they laid on the Tennessee Volunteers. After, though, I do like saying this part, after Michigan came to this same stadium and kicked their ass that wonderful, wonderful Saturday afternoon after Thanksgiving, which I enjoyed. Oh, God, I enjoyed that. That was a really, really good Saturday. Okay. Let me focus. All right, so they're up 21-0, and they get a field goal. And I really believe Ohio State just continued to pour it on because here's what happened is the big plays, they let them get those big plays early, and you cannot do that against a talented team. One of the things that the common trends that we're noticing with Ohio State this year is that whenever their run game was clicking, Chip Kelly was just absolutely ripping them apart. All right, can we get to the game, please? Why are they doing this? I just saw this app. Let's go. Come on. Okay, I get it. See, that's why this I had to create literally a separate channel for this in itself because you know what? Let me just refresh the whole thing. I had to create a separate channel for this because
our employees and customers are the
because I didn't want to get demonetized. And again, it's all about, having some substance. The thing about being online and putting content out there, it's about having some substance, substance in terms of what you're doing. So, all right, so where were we at? We were at this mark, we saw that right when they kicked, right there. Right, that's where we were. All right, cool, let's go. Yeah, right there when they kicked the field goal. All right, here we go. All right. There we go. What we got? We got stack here. We got. See, now this is a running back. Again, you got to recognize personnel. This is a running back up top. All right, it's a running back up top, lined up as a slot receiver. You got your phenom and Jeremiah Smith. You got the other running back. This is the importance of depth. This right here is the importance of depth and the amount of things you can do as an offense. You got to be understanding the personnel. You got two backs here. You got a phenom here. There's a lot of things that you can do when you have these kinds of playmakers on the offensive side. Now he comes in the backfield, fake it to him, and then boom. So how do you diagnose this? How do you not pay attention to all that crazy stuff that they're doing in the backfield? Is you recognize your underkeys. You recognize what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are doing. What are the guards, the tackles, and the centers doing? What's the offensive line doing? They're giving you pass sets. All of them are giving you pass sets, so you know the pass is coming, and then it's protected pretty well. Boom, he goes to his check down. And this right here is where you got to play football, man. You got to play football. You got to play football. This is a good decision by Will Howard, but ultimately, here, inside out, kid, inside out. Look at this. Head down, which is why he misses this time. Look at what the hell are you doing? The head is down and he dives. That is not how you make a tackle, folks. That is not how you – this is not good. Tennessee, all right, sees it. You get him to make the throw you want him to make, the widest throw for the least amount of yards. You got him right here. You put your head down and you just dive. Doesn't even touch the guy. And he basically almost gets the first down. That is bad. That's a bad job there. All right. I was protected pretty well. I mean, I'm telling you, Ohio State was not. I mean, well, at this point, they're playing with a 21-3 lead. It's only a minute to go in the first half, so they are just kind of playing on the prevent from a prevent standpoint. They're not really going after here. There we go. Oof. All right, so it's 4th and 1. You got to play smash mouth there. Here they come. Bang, bang, bang. It's just bang, bang. Got to take that on with your hand, Zero. Another horrible tackle in here. Head is down. You cannot miss that tackle. Cannot miss that tackle. Great play by Jack Sawyer. Yep, great play recognition here because you see what they're trying to set up. Yep, it looks like they're trying to set up a little bubble to the way he's coming back, and then this guy's blocking now. Yeah, this is a great play recognition here by this guy. Great job by Jack Sawyer. If there was a strength to Nico's game, it was probably this. Just a QB draw. Now, this play here is good. All right, overall, decent. It's a decent play. But you got to see, this is why blocking. So you got to drive your feet. Now, again, I understand it's a running back taking on a linebacker. But here, once you get him here, drive your feet. If he drives his feet in through this block, I think he's going to be able to score because he's able to look at how he sheds them real quick and then is able to cause that problem. If he makes it so he's driving them, Nico has an opportunity to get some space and possibly take this into the end zone. But he's not driving his feet on that block. Got to do a better job on that block. Now I get, he's a running back, so you can only expect so much out of him when it comes to him blocking a linebacker. But all right, that's just smash. Yeah, I remember that play. I actually do. I remember that play. My man came up with some energy when he finally scored. Now that's okay. See, that's a better block. Now look at 18 here. All right, same one we just criticized. Bang! There we go. Look at him. Knocked him on his behind. You see the difference? It's the small things, folks. So many of you guys in the mainstream media are so gung-ho and so focused on what the quarterback is doing. This is why I tell you here on this channel, you're getting a full breakdown of the game. Every element, every facet, every little thing, all the little things that went into the actual development, the execution of the play. That's what you got to pay attention to. You saw the difference. The guy, look at the running back here. Now this block, and you see the complete difference. Now he's in the end zone. Now, granted, they're a little shorter. They're a little shorter to the goal line, but still, boom, bang. Saw it, bang. Square, bang. Got him up out of there. Good job. Talk a little shit too after. All right. That's a pretty cool celebration, man. It's always a yeah. All right. Always nice to see Ohio State getting scored on. All right, here we go. Here we got the pull coming. Good call. I mean, this is what I'm saying when I mean Chip Kelly would eat some cats up. You got this is personnel, folks. This is what we started today. Personnel. This is your tight end type guy coming in, leading in with your guard. This is a guy that's lined up at receiver. They got the trips, 1, 2, 3. This is a pass heavy set that turns into a power run play because of personnel and what you're able to do. All of this boils down to personnel and how well you recruit. All right, hear me. All of that. This is a tight end type guy, guard type guy, lining up in a pass heavy set and turning it into power. Whoop, 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 boom, boom, leads them through. Ends up being come on, man. First down. You see my point? Notice your personnel. And now, again, 10 seconds to go in 11 seconds to go in the first half. You got to find out where your guy is, where that dude is. Check down. How many timeouts? One timeout. They burn that time. Well, remember, college football stops. It's only 5 seconds left. Let's see what they do. Miss. All right, let's get to the second half. All right. That is some motherfucking defense, baby. Defense. Love seeing that. Containment, reads it. Guys flying around to the football. Blocks not being had. I mean, that is exactly where if you're defense here, that's when you want him pitching it. He doesn't take on the contact, nothing. And booyah, shaka. Good open field tackle, boy. That's how you play. Out leveraging, folks. This is all play design, folks. Boom. Spread them out. Get it to the guy that I believe, if I'm not mistaken, this guy just went in the first round of the draft. Another pull. Now here, whoa. Recognize what's going on here. Folks. This was the same guy that was leading the block on that run play to end the second half, right? End the first half. Now he's out here, and he's not just a lead blocker. Now when you put on film that this guy can also go out for a pass and make plays down the field, then you are like, as a defense coordinator, like, okay, what do we do now? we can't just say, okay, this guy's going to be involved in the run game. He's also dynamic in the pass game as well. You have the same motion, the same pulling motion that you got here with these guys, so it can freeze these guys a little bit, and boom, you have the guy that's primarily known as a lead blocker. Bang. He's right there open, making plays. Small things, folks. The run game leads to a pass game. If you execute, it needs to be a balanced attack. Ryan Day got a lot of slack for not, opening up the playbook when they played against Michigan. The Michigan Wolverines that kicked their ass the week before. It's because, and I'm telling you, because Michigan was able to stop that run game. They weren't giving up big plays, and they couldn't just, toss one up because we were able to control the game on the ground. That's what happens, and that's what Tennessee was not able. No other team in the country was able to do it like the Michigan Wolverines, who just had 2 first-rounders, by the way. The D tackles are 2 first-rounders and their tight end, Colston Loveland, Kenneth Grant, and Mason Grant. 2 people on our D-line went in the first round, went in the top 15. So that was the difference. Personnel. It's not about the X's and O's. It's about the Joes. What you got up front, how you can control the game, all that kind of stuff is what plays into the wins. All right, you got another play. Same motion. You see what he's using the run game motion to open up the pass, guys. Yeah, look at it. Pause. You have the same 77, 88. The guard pull around. He pull around. This is a run looking play. If you're here, you're here. You're thinking run. You're thinking run. They're not going all the way, but you're thinking run. And watch what Will Howard does. Okay. Nope. Gotcha. Even though, well, if you go back, you can get called for an illegal man upfield. Look how far. Look at it. He's upfield. There's a lineman that's upfield. Okay. We've seen this call get missed on multiple occasions as we've gone through this film session Saturday. But bang, touchdown. Corner was late getting over. Almost looked like a reaction towards the fact that the corner probably was looking in the backfield. Good grief. Man, Ohio State, man. Let's go Wolverines, baby. Damn. I cannot wait for them to come to Ann Arbor. I cannot wait. Oh, man. I can't wait for that one, boy. They got to come to Ann Arbor this year, baby. We got a Bryce Underwood. We're going to get ourselves together, bro. We got to get ourselves back. There's no – anyway. I'm going off on a tangent. All right, look at this. It doesn't make no goddamn sense, man. All right. No, I just don't like. I mean, listen, I get it. You're not getting a lot of pressure, but I personally only rush. First of all, you only rush in 3. All right. I'd like to see more active. Just active in the pocket. You just kind of standing there. This kind of too. Yeah, you don't know. All right, so there's some talent here. Listen, there is some talent with this kid. He did make something happen. He did. He made something happen. Granted, you're only rushing 3. Everyone's probably covered. You're down 28-10. So, again, it's hard to establish much of a cohesive, some rhythm when you're down as much as you're down. Oh, that was a false start. They missed it. That was a false start. You see that? Actually, you got away with it. All right. Yeah, now it's incredibly difficult to try to play football under these circumstances, folks. All right. You're down 28-10, and it's Jesus. Coming right at you. Look at this block right here. That was the block that sprung it. Let's see that. Rushing upfield here, you got to maintain your integrity because looks like they were in a stunt. And now you got arm tackles, yeah. D-line, man. D-line up front. That's how you win football games. It's not going to be glamorous, but it's going to get you to get the job done. There we go again. There we go again. They're just now, boom. He's on him. Go, my goodness gracious. Good block. Good block there. He's got two guys in front of him. First down. And now they're just controlling the game. Controlling the game. It's that same motion. Here comes the pull. But what are we seeing, though? How do we know it's going to be a pass? They set them up. They set them up. Here comes the pull, but these guys are giving pass reads. They're taking pass sets. And bang, bang, bang. Gave him time, got open, first down. This is Chip Kelly doing Chip Kelly things, man. Okay? This is Chip. We got a pull here. Look at the movement. Watch it. Take a picture. All right? This is old school football. This is old school football. All right? Old school. My man, this is a good old-fashioned counter. Both backs hit you here, and then you got the guard coming there, and bang, they're looking to go backside. Whoop, whoop. Oh, man, this is a pleasure to watch. This is a pleasure to watch. And I'm saying that because what Chip Kelly's doing, he's giving that counter motion, but ultimately, because you got to respect it, right? You got to respect it. You see, these two guys are leading in. You got to respect it. So you're thinking it's first and goal. Here comes the run. So if you're doing your job, you're reading your underkeys and you're going and you're flowing with the motion of the play and you're expecting the back to counter and come right behind him. No, not quite. Instead, pulls it out. My man here gets him wide open. Touchdown. Or at least it should have been touchdown. The guy should have died for it. Great call, man. Great call. Great call, Chip Kelly. You got to give him the props. You got to give him his props. Great call here. Again, should have scored there. It's kind of different folks to give him the balance. And now let's see what they do. Now defensive guys, they're guessing. They know doesn't have to be a run and just straight up smash mouth football now. Straight up smash mouth football now. And this was pretty much the ball game. Game was pretty much decided here. Okay, yeah. How did he get so? Lunging. That's just a horrible job by that right tackle. Lunges at him. No steps. And the guy comes in scot-free. At this point, he's like, man, fuck it. I'm trying to get back to Knoxville. I'm trying to get back to Knoxville. And go on home. I don't like the way he's carrying the ball there. Got away with another false start. And now they're crying for flags. All right, so this was yeah. This thing just got ugly. This thing just got absolutely ugly. There was a time, actually. There was a time where You can watch YouTube without watching ads. All right. All right, so let's break it down because we're getting the why here. Did we notice something similar, folks? We're noticing what? 1 and 2. Same motion, same thing. Now this guy's missing tackles at this point. They're probably just tired. They don't feel like playing at this point because they're getting their ass kicked. That's the second one he gave up. The same guy. Let's watch us do a couple more of these. And they still kept him in the game. Oh, no, you would be a big tough guy, huh? Look like a misplay or a broken play. Yeah, that's all she wrote. All right, again, this has been another incredible film session Saturday. Unfortunately, like I've mentioned multiple times here, myself as a Michigan fan, don't really like seeing Ohio State do well and winning games and all that, but I will give credit where credit is due. I have not decided yet on what game I'm going to be breaking down next week. We'll probably decide that at some point this week. I have been doing the playoff games. Usually been strictly keeping it to the playoff teams. So did Notre Dame and Indiana the week before this one. And then I did obviously just did Ohio State and Tennessee. So I'm thinking about which one I did. I did Texas and Georgia. I did Texas and Georgia the first game, but not the playoff game. So possibly maybe go back and rewatch that and see where things connected and see why Texas. No. Texas and Georgia played in the SEC championship. They didn't play in the playoffs. So did the SMU and Clemson game. So again, a lot of options. Again, the goal is for me to do broadcasting at some point this fall for a football organization. Been reaching out to a ton of people. Hopefully get some leads, get some bites. If you know of anybody, if you are interested in having me come and do the broadcasting for your football games this fall, just let me know. And like I said, if you want to dive deeper into my work, make sure you create that cohesive staff that is moving as efficiently as that championship team that we just saw. Just head over to the link that you see right there on your screen. It's MakeYaMove.com. That's MakeYaMove.com. You can shop. You can join the Patreon. You can book me to speak, or you can listen to another one of those absolutely fantastic episodes of the Move Swiftly podcast, which continues to be, by the way, the #1 podcast on innovative teamwork. All right. So everyone out there, all that being said, everyone out there, continue to move swiftly. We will talk more soon.